Hey everyone, it's Jamie Lee here, and I am so excited to be here with you for just a little bit to share with you what a challenge group is, and specifically what it looks like for the groups that I run and that the coaches on my team run. So I'm excited that you're here joining me. Feel free as I talk to ask questions, comment. If you don't mind just someone commenting and letting me know that you can hear me, that everything is good. I just want to make sure sometimes the sound on these things doesn't work. But I want to jump right in because I want to respect your time, and I know that you have a million other things, all of you, that you could be doing. So I'm very honored that you're taking the time to watch this and to learn what a challenge group is. So I've got my notes here to keep me on track. So if you see me looking to the side, that's what I'm looking at. So just in short, what is a challenge group? There are probably more than one Beachbody coach. There are probably multiple Beachbody coaches in your newsfeed on social media. Beachbody coaching is not a new thing. This is a company that's been around for a while. They're very reputable. They have outstanding products. Obviously, I believe in the products. And so what makes a challenge group unique, though, is the coach that runs it. And so I am very passionate about you finding a coach that you just that you, what's the word I'm looking for? That you click with well, one that values the same things you value, one that will encourage you well, that will be a good source of accountability. And there's different personalities, there's different coaches, there are different groups of people that make up different challenge groups, you know, based on the coach. And so I'm very passionate about you finding a coach that fits you well. That might be me, that might not be me. But I am very passionate about these challenge groups and the fact that they work if you find one that really fits you. So that's what I'm going to share with you today is what does mine look like? How is mine different? What is unique about my specific challenge group? And you can see if it's something that you might be a good fit for you. So a challenge group, in short, is just a group of people who are committed to working on their goals together. We run it through a challenge tracker app, just a free app that you download to your phone. It allows you to log your daily workouts, log your daily shakes, and I, as well as some of the other coaches on my team, are posting in that group daily for encouragement, motivation, accountability. So how long does a challenge run? We usually say it's 1 month minimum. So you want to take advantage, if you want to take advantage for the full year, I really encourage that. A lot of coaches will start new groups every month. I do not. I have a group that runs year long. So you can get involved in it as you need to, and you can take a step back as you need to. I know that seasons change, and some people will do a challenge group for a month, for 2 months, and then they feel like they have that habit established and they don't need the daily check-ins of the group. And so they don't use it any longer. Other people have been using it for 6 months. Some have been using it for 9 months. I personally love it. I log every day, and I have for over a year, just because it is an accountability source for me. It's just part of my day. After I do my workout, I log my workout. I know that I can, if I'm having a day that I need a little extra accountability, I can check in with my group. I had a wedding that I coordinated last weekend, and because of just some poor decisions I've been making in my nutrition lately, I had decided ahead of time not to eat any sweets at the wedding. So that morning I got in my challenge group and I shared that I needed accountability. I needed encouragement with that. And I had people commenting on my post in the challenge group. I had one friend who sent me a text right around the time of the wedding. Just was very sweet and intentional of her. She sent me a text and said, just kind of something about how the dessert probably didn't taste good anyway, just stuff like that. It's just very encouraging to have a community of people of support. So that's kind of what the Challenge Tracker app is. Like I said, I always encourage people who first get started to commit to completing one full program and drinking shakes for the duration of that program. Most programs last 3 to 4 weeks, so that's why we say 1 month. And when you get your first order in, it's 1 month supply of Shakeology. So That's the initial commitment, is for 1 month. But I'm very, very passionate about these changes not just being a quick challenge, a quick fix, but really implementing them into your life and them becoming lifestyle changes. That has been my experience, and that has been something that I'm just very passionate about helping others to focus on, is creating lifelong sustainable habits for you and your family. So that's why I have the 1 year group, and you can continue and use it as much as you need to. I'm constantly sharing about when a next round is starting, what I'm doing, so that you can join in with that if you want to. So that's kind of the way that the 1 year group functions. So there is a community aspect involved. We share struggles and how we work through them. We celebrate victories together. Another coach on my team recently posted in the group this past week about like, how do you handle eating at other people's homes? And when you're trying to follow a nutrition plan, but you don't want to be rude or disrespectful for someone who's prepared a meal for you, how do you navigate that? We talk about that. We talk about ways to just really focus in on your mindset with what it needs to be, and shifting your thinking, because usually that's the majority of the battle when it comes to our health and fitness. So let's talk just real quick. What's unique about my group? I asked current challengers about a month ago to share what they loved about the group, so that you could hear from them and not just from me. And so I want to read a few of their comments to you. One person said, "I like that it's different. It's not just about physical health, but spiritual as well." Another one said, "I agree. It's about our relationship with God as well. This group focuses on both being important." Someone else said, "I like the accountability, the encouragement, also the fact that it is not just about discipline in eating or exercise, but also getting into the Word, focus on spiritual growth as well as a healthy body and healthy lifestyle." Someone else said, "The group is accountability, encouragement together. And I'm really thankful for the way it brings people together on different journeys for the common goal of overall health and wellness, spiritually, physically, and mentally." Someone else said, "You always have a base of people to ask questions." So that's really, you heard it through their comments. What's different about my group is that there is a spiritual aspect involved. We are pursuing discipline in our physical health, but that's just one area of our life. And I have come to learn, as I've been on this journey, that one area can affect every other area in our lives as well. Our discipline or lack of discipline in our physical health really does affect our spiritual health, our mental health, every area, our relationships. And so that's really what I've become super passionate about. And so my group focuses on intentionality in 5 main areas. And I'm going to post a graphic later today that kind of focuses on this and explains this. But we focus on intentional thoughts. And so really feeding our minds the correct way with scripture. We talk about personal disciplines in the Word. You will see me post scripture weekly in the group, and how we should be letting the truth of scripture inform this journey that we're on. We also focus on intentional movement. That's the exercise part. The fitness programs. I'll talk a little bit more about the specifics of those later, but we focus on that. We focus on intentional community, intentionality in relationships. Whatever relationships the Lord has given you to steward, are you stewarding those well? Are you creating a balance in your life where you're making the things that should be priority a priority? So the next one is intentional fuel, the nutritional side of things. This is what so many people struggle with. I know it was my main struggle. And so before you ever get in my challenge group, I put people through a nutritional prep group on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, then that's fine. I have it all put into a Google document so that you can access it that way. But the intentional fuel, we really walk through some videos and tools on the all access package, which I'll explain in a minute. We walk through what should be in your pantry. What are some great healthier substitutes for foods that maybe previously thought you were staples that you had to have? Like, how can you adjust and adapt different recipes to make them a little bit cleaner? What food should you be eating every day? What food should you maybe be eating a couple times a week? How much of each food should you be eating? We talk through all of that. And y'all, I'm so passionate about this because it's not boring. It's not tasteless. These are changes that you can make in your nutrition that you can sustain. My family has eaten this way for 3 years now. And I have 2 boys who, kids, like some days they eat great, some days they don't like the same thing that they just ate a bowl of yesterday. But I've really seen how they have learned how to eat well because our family has made these lifestyle changes. So, intentional fuel. And then also we talk about intentional rest. Resting is something that we're not all that great at, especially in our culture of just feeling like we have to be busy constantly, and taking pride in that. So we focus some on how have you rested? What is the way that you need to kind of restore yourself and replenish yourself and refuel yourself? So we talk about that as well. So those are kind of the 5 main areas that we focus on intentional living in. We want to cultivate ultimately a discipline in what matters most. So kind of in summary, personal time with the Lord, your relationships, your roles, and your responsibilities, and then also good stewardship of your health. So where do we get our workouts? Where do we get our nutrition plan and our superfoods? Let's kind of talk about the company's products for a minute. It's all been bundled into an amazing package called the All Access Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology Challenge Pack. I know that's kind of a mouthful to say, but the reason I'm so excited about this package when they came out with it is because it allows you to maintain a healthier lifestyle. You can continually grow and challenge yourself and adopt these healthier habits through this package. Previously, the way our company functioned was you would buy one fitness program and that would be great for a few months, but then you needed to change something up if you didn't want your body or your health to plateau and just to keep yourself from getting bored with any particular exercise. But now through the All Access Pass, you get every program they've ever created. So let me kind of break that down, and I'm going to explain the value of each segment. So I'll also, everything I'm about to tell you, I'll also post this in a graphic later on in the group. But valued, I guess the first portion is you get virtual access to every single program Beachbody has ever made. You also get first access to unreleased programs. We have a brand new program coming out next week, which I'm about to tell you about. But it's basically like the Netflix of fitness. This is kind of the direction our world is moving, is it not? Where everything is streamed, everything, we have this virtual access to it. So Beachbody wanted to follow suit in that. So you get virtual access to every single program the company has ever made, and they have outstanding programs. Some of the older ones maybe you've heard of were the P90 series, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, and they're constantly coming out with new ones every year. That is valued at $7,000 alone. You also get in this package the portion control containers. These are valued at $20. This takes the guesswork out of meal planning. You can portion out every meal easily and still enjoy some favorite treats. So this is the way I'm talking about that my family has eaten for 3 years. It is sustainable and it is plentiful, trust me. The next thing in the package is this premium meal replacement. This is valued at $130. So this is a 1-month supply of Shakeology on Home Direct or Auto Ship, which you can always adjust at any point how often you want that shipment to be. But it's a natural superfood packed meal replacement shake. So it helps you lose weight in a healthy way, but it's not a weight loss shake. It is, it's really seen as a dense, nutritious superfood shake. And so it helps you fight cravings, increase energy, and improve digestion. I've had all of those things happen to me. If you're not a shake drinker, there are a million ways to make it. One of my favorite ways to have Shakeology powder is mixed with a little bit of melted coconut oil, put it in the freezer, and it comes out like a chocolate treat. It's amazing if you have the chocolate Shakeology. You also get a 10% Beachbody discount off of any product. You get a 1-year challenge group support, and you get a daily coach. That daily coach, me, is valued at $100 an hour. You get this accountability group, which is valued at $100 a month. You also get healthy recipes, a complete meal plan, a printable shopping list, a daily check-in, and most importantly, I think, a community of like-minded people that are on the same journey with you. So the total value for all of that is $9,000. So that's 12 months of support, and you get it for 12 months for only $160. Now, as of right now, that price is for a limited time. They could extend it, but we never know that until that time gets here. But for right now, that is a limited amount of time. So it's $160 for all of that. It really is an incredible price, especially when you compare it to like gym membership cost, monthly cost. So what's the plan for my group right now? Like I said earlier, I'll share with you my specific plan, which you're welcome to join, but I do know that every individual is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. So know that there's flexibility in that. I want to help you find the program that's the best fit for you. That's another great thing about this ongoing challenge group that goes on for the year, is sometimes several people in the group are doing one program, but a lot of times everyone's doing something different because they're at different parts in their journey and they need different things at different points. That doesn't mean that you still can't encourage one another and hold each other accountable, and even kind of see what someone else is doing and recommend and talk about, you know, what'd you like about this? Like which program should I do next? Like those are all ongoing conversations that we have. Right now, I'm in the middle of finishing up an MMA inspired program using just body weight, no equipment. It is called Core to Force, and I will finish it. I'm in the third week of it. It's 4 weeks. And on July 24th, our group will be starting a brand new program that releases next week called Shift Shop. It's kind of a boot camp inspired program. It's a 3-week program, brand new, and it gradually grows. The first week are 25-minute workouts, the second week is 35-minute, and the fourth week is 45 minutes. And the nutrition plan, the way I understand it, changes from week to week to kind of keep your body guessing, help you have, you know, maximum results with it. So I've done the sneak peek version, like I've done one workout from this program a couple different times, really excited about it. Nick and I will be traveling to New Orleans next week for our company's annual conference, and we get to actually do one of these workouts with the creator of the program, with that specific trainer. So we'll be sharing about that. Really excited. Nick will also be doing this with me. So July 24th is when we will start the Shift Shop, if that's something you want to do. So I will keep updating about that. That's just kind of an overview, like I said, of how our challenge group functions. Like I mentioned, the difference is that we're not just talking about health and fitness in these groups. We're talking about intentional living in every area in your life, cultivating what matters, namely with your personal spiritual disciplines, time with the Lord, you know, being a good steward of your responsibilities, your roles, and your relationships that the Lord has given you, and then also being a good steward of your health. So that's kind of how my group functions. I would love to answer any questions you have. Stay tuned in this group. I will be posting some follow-up posts that kind of break down, show you, if you're more of a visual learner, that show you everything I just talked about. And there will also be some fun announcements about a way to qualify for a free prize. So stay tuned. Thank you again for watching or listening to this. Please let me know if you have any questions. I would love to chat with you more about whether or not this group would be a good fit for you. Thanks, everyone.